Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blackout Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod. Joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And we're live on a Sunday afternoon. Football is being played. Panthers don't play till Monday night, so
we know that's gonna be an ass whipping for the whole world to see.
Well, we'll see. The official weapon of the show is
the taser.
No, it's not, Karen. No, it's not.
The folding chair.
The folding chair. The unofficial sport.
Bullet ball.
A bullet ball. Extreme. We're just gonna do a normal show today, guys. It's just us, just talking, and we're just hanging out. Talking about regular stuff. Let's see, where should we start? I guess, you know what? Let's just start with some regular ass news, okay? All right, news time, okay? Lauren Boebert. She is the MAGA Republican Congresswoman. Her and like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz, like they make up the right-wing version of the squad, I guess.
Who the hell knows?
But she's also part of the WAD squad apparently, because she got caught fondling her date's genitals during a family-friendly musical. Now it's interesting here because the Republicans have been paying lip service for a long time to a lot of conservative values, as in anti-sex, anti-women's choice of about their bodies when it comes to being pregnant.
Right.
They're they're saying, the gay people are grooming children. They're anti-sex acts in public. They're anti God, what I mean, it's so much shit. They're anti everything. They call it grooming when gay people, LGBTQ people, when there's a drag show, they're like, you're trying to fuck the children and shit like that.
That's not a true statement at all.
So she went to a Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice?
Yes, which is the family friendly, movie / musical, whatever. She went and saw it in the theater.
I mean,
like a sophisticated person would.
Like a sophisticated person will. I watched Beetlejuice, and depending on the age of the kid, it might be inappropriate, but sure, family friendly.
Yeah, but I mean, when I say family friendly, I mean that's like saying a Marvel movie's not family friendly because people are gonna be fighting. Like, sure, if we go by the strictest terms of is it rated G, PG, sure. But if you're watching Beetlejuice and you're 13, no one's gonna be like, God damn, whose parents? Well, your parents,
In that case, yes, I understand that concept of the family friendly.
Yeah. So it's just kind of interesting to see how it's like playing out. But I'll show y'all the video of what was going on in the crowd. Now, actually, before I show y'all that, no. The right thing to do is go through the whole stage. So first, there it comes out. She got kicked out of
the theater,
and she tweeted something to the effect of like, I loved seeing Beetlejuice. It was can't believe they kicked me out just for laughing or something.
Yeah, it was like, y'all tell me how it ended or something like that.
Yeah. So she tried to make a cute like, now keep in mind,
just took that L.
It's a theater full of people. So everybody saw what the fuck happened. Like it wasn't like she was in there, two people in her row, and then she just got kicked out. Everybody's like, what was that about? She was acting a fool. Okay, so once that comes out, the theater went ahead and started slow leaking out the evidence, because it was like, I just got kicked out for laughing. And they show, well, actually, you were in there vaping.
Right, because they was like, what you not gonna do is put this shit out here and have these people fucking harass us when you goddamn lying on us. Like, we just kick you out for no fucking reason.
You were taking selfies, flash photography when the lights were off.
Right. Like a
There
grandma.
was a pregnant woman, sanctity of life, pregnant woman behind her who asked her to stop vaping. I'm pregnant.
Right.
She ignored her.
Mm-hmm.
That pregnant woman sent her husband to the management.
She looked at you. She looked
to
at
get
him
her
like,
up out of there.
What is we gonna do? Because I'm not gonna tolerate this.
That's all the stuff I'm telling y'all is ahead of the biggest, thing that she got discovered, because now I'm gonna show y'all the theater started leaking out that footage, the vaping, her throwing up middle fingers when they asked her to get out.
Right.
All this stuff. They started throwing that up there. And so finally they said, okay, here's the latest footage. It's you and your man's in the theater, and he is getting up in them titties while you're, giving him a bit of the beginning of a handy J. I wish they had waited 5 more minutes to kick her out, because I think she would have went full handy J in the theater.
I think she would have too, and she's just recently divorced too, so she back on these streets.
Yeah, and she got that energy. Y'all can see right here. Now I know this move well. You wait for the theater lights to go out, and you get up in them titties. Okay, it's a polite, gentlemanly, move.
Yeah, her titties was titty, and them
now
things was thangin'.
It's a bit full, so they must. I think the risque part of this, the we could get caught part of this is part of the excitement for them, because clearly this is not like you're sitting in the back row of a theater and no one's around you. This is like I'm grabbing your titties, anyone can see this, and then you see her go for the meat. She must be a fan of Arby's. He's really on that titty pretty well. I see it. And she did have the girls sitting. I mean, the girls were on the night out too.
The things was thangin'.
They was thangin'. I'm never gonna take that away from anybody. But the things was definitely thangin'. Of course, because there's footage, people started showing. Here's a child sitting right by her. Thought she was concerned about the children.
Yeah, she didn't give up no kids.
Yeah.
She was after that dick.
And she later put out a statement, which I'll get to in a second. But before we get to that statement, I want to show y'all what she had to say about public indecency not too long ago.
Mr. Allen, based on these statistics, I would like to talk to you about some other things that are going on here in Washington, D.C., specifically an initiative that you led. In November of 2022, you led the charge to reform D.C.'s crime laws. Is that correct?
I chaired the committee that proposal came
You
through.
led this charge, yes, sir. And these changes are now law here in D.C., correct?
Do you mean the revised criminal code?
Yes.
No, those are not the law.
Those are not the law.
You
The
overturned
revised
you
criminal
overturned them.
code was rejected by.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, I'm
House.
talking to Mr. Allen.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Allen, did you or did you not decriminalize public urination in
No, we did not.
Washington, D.C.? Did you lead the charge to do so?
No, the revised criminal code left that as a criminal charge.
Did you lead the charge to decriminalize public urination in Washington, D.C.?
No, ma'am.
Did you ever vote in favor of decriminalizing public urination in Washington, D.C.?
The revised criminal code that was
Did
passed by
you
the
ever
council
support?
kept it as a criminal offense.
Did you?
What the fuck is she
And
talking
you support
about?
this criminal?
I voted for it, yeah.
You voted to keep it as a criminal offense.
That's correct. The full council did.
We have records that show that you were in favor of removing that criminal offense and allowing public urination.
No,
Is that something that you intend to pursue in the future?
No, the legislation that you're referring to that came from the Criminal Code Reform Commission changed public urination from a criminal to a civil offense. The council then changed that to maintain it as a criminal offense at the request of the mayor.
Thank you. I yield.
So
She didn't-
what's funny here is, one, she didn't even know what the fuck she was talking about.
Right. I was like, well, they said several times that the shit is still on the books. Nobody ever changed it. it was still gonna be against the law. They was just gonna change like the level of how you breaking the law, but there's nothing they was gonna do to say you can do this. You could just piss out in public and it's not gonna be any consequences.
Right. And I think but just the feigned outrage at like people might piss in public. You know, that whole thing is so indecent, uncivil. Ma'am, you're out here jacking the beanstalk.
Come on,
okay?
Your whole titty
You're
rub.
rummaging around in this man's pants in the middle of public. Where's the fucking consistency? That's the thing. These Republicans are such fucking hypocrites. And it's so obviously a grift for so many of them.
Yes.
Donald Trump really opened up the coffers in a way that that's made it even more blatantly like, hey, it's okay if you just want to fucking grift people. Like it's cool if you're not going to plan on standing for any of the shit you talk about. And that's really what we've lost in our society. I think 1/2 of American politics has decided everything's optional. Like people might on the Democratic side might be annoying to me, you know, the ones that constantly complain and roll their eyes at every little thing that Democrats do and shit. Yes. They might be annoying, but they at least understand this idea of like, there's some integrity over here because you're like, hey, I don't like this thing. I'm voting for this person. I still don't like this thing they did. Republicans are the opposite. Because I'm going to vote this way, it doesn't matter what you did. Like I like she may lose her seat eventually. Because she barely won it last time.
Right.
But she's a clown. She's not trying to govern. They're very obviously tit for tat. They're trying to impeach Joe Biden just to say, see, anyone could get impeached. I mean, that's why it's not a big deal that Trump got impeached twice. They do stuff like that because it's so surface level. It's not, there's no integrity there. There's no actual like legitimacy to them. In addition to that, she puts out a statement basically saying, yeah, so I just recently got divorced and I didn't handle things perfect. There's no perfect blueprint for how to handle things. It's like, bitch, you were fucking middle fingering people.
Right. You cussed them out all the way out the front door. The fuck you talking about, Bam?
You got fingered, then you middle fingered. Okay. And you're sitting over here trying to like be an arbiter of morality whenever you are in front of a camera. You're trying to tell everybody how fucked up everybody else is, and it'll work. Like, because there's no accountability over there. Her, like, the kind of people that are in Congress with her and stuff like that, her peers, it's a sheer numbers game for them. You know, they don't hold each other accountable. When they have a quote unquote Republican civil war fight, the decent ones will always lose because the ones who want power will be indecent for the power.
Yes.
So
they
it's
don't
like,
care how they get it by any means. Literally by any means necessary.
Like, so should I reduce our numbers by 1 by kicking this dude out because he's been bribing people and being, you know, doing illegal shit like what's happening in Texas? No, we're not going to do that because that would be one less Republican politician.
Right.
And we can't have that. We need to look like we're always in lockstep. When Democrats say they envy the way the Republicans do shit like this, and it's always the wrong Democrats that say that dumb shit, but whatever. When they say that, they never stop and go, oh, we could be like that. Just stop fucking complaining about everything. I mean, if you really want to look like they look, they would never. Donald Trump is 3 years younger than Joe Biden. You will never hear a Republican refer to him as old. Not once.
Right.
Not one of their voters, not one of their talking heads on TV, not a fellow politician, not just a social commentator. They are in lockstep of it don't matter to us because he stands for what we want.
Right.
That when it comes to envy, the only envy I have is the envy of I wish we could get that same energy. Because like the Biden administration has been extremely well like it's been extremely well run. With like legislation people didn't think would happen is happening. And keep in mind, not supposed to be happening. This motherfucker got a 1-person majority in Senate. None of this shit is really supposed to be possible, but he's getting shit passed, trying different things, executive orders, and all this stuff to just try to get some progress for people. People complain about the economy. America has the best economy when it comes to inflation of all the G7 countries. Nobody talks about that.
Nope.
We act like the economy and inflation is a presidential thing. It's a worldwide thing that is happening, and America's doing the best at taming it. That's facts. Go look it up. But we would complain. We'd be like, Donald Trump sent me stimulus. We'll say dumb shit like that because we're not in lockstep. But these motherfuckers are in lockstep. Lauren Boebert will not be censured or kicked out or taken off a committee or
nobody be like, bitch, what is you doing? You ain't gonna get none of that.
I'm sure there's already people reaching out to her, like supporting her, to be like, girl, I'm not gonna let them get you. But yes, the thing that's also funny, like I said, hypocrite in every way. The dude she's dating on this date with, he owns a LGBTQ friendly bar and they host drag shows there.
The opposite of everything she stands for. Because they don't mean the bullshit they talk about. They don't care.
He's a co-owner. His name is Quinn Gallagher. They staged a Winter Wonderland burlesque and drag show. In January 2020, Aspen Gay Ski Week hosted an event of cocktails, appetizers, and laughs at Hooch Craft Cocktail Bar in Aspen. Here's what's funny to me. Everyone keeps talking about her. I feel like he need to do some damage control.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I get it. JL Covan will tell you a million times on his podcast, he would love to have sex with all these white Republican women that he claims to hate. You know, when it comes to his penis, it's very John Mayer. You know, it's very KKK. And I know that that's a thing for a lot of people. You know, this hate fucking thing. But this person's still attractive, so I gotta like. You know, it's funny to talk about like, oh, that person's still attractive, but I hate him, right? It's like, I'm not trying to make it into a serious thing, but it's a funny joke.
Right.
But the thing is, that only carries you so far because in theory, we can laugh at it. Like if JL Covan says that on his podcast, I'm laughing because I don't really think I'm going to look up one day and see like JL Covan finger banging Lauren Boebert at the fucking at the Lehman Brothers show watching Chris Lambert.
I don't think we're gonna see this.
Yeah, I'm not. So it's like I'll laugh at it because I don't think it's real.
Right.
But if it actually did happen, we're talking about Lauren Boebert because we all hate her. But I feel like JL Covan,
we would talk about you, or in this case,
Quinn Gallagher.
We'd be like, JL, the fuck, dude.
Quinn Gallagher would have to explain. He's got some explaining to do.
Yes, he do. How you gonna go back to your employees and shit like that? They're gonna be like, dog, why is you fucking this bitch?
Like, I would be really looking, like Bob the drag queen gonna be at the bar like, really, motherfucker? That's how you get down? Man, I'm just saying it was like, you know, hate fuck or something. Like, nigga, she literal hate crime. Like, what is this? Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, maybe it's that white man thing of I vote Democrat, but I bang Republican. I don't know. Cheers Republican, but I vote Democrat. Oh my God. But they've been dating under the radar for months, supposedly. So I really, she's one of the most anti-LGBTQ members of Congress. She talks about children being exposed to drag entertainment. And I mean, if they've been dating for months, you know she full of shit. She don't care about like that. Like you would also think her constituents that do care about this, that support her because she's so hateful, you think they would be like, and you're dating one of them, fuck you, bitch. We're gonna elect somebody else. Nope. She'll be fine. As far as she may lose re-election, but it won't be because they're holding her accountable.
Oh no.
She's also attacked the use of drag queens for military recruiting. Do our military leaders understand that China and Russia see this stuff and prepare accordingly? We need a non-woke military, better yet, an anti-woke military. I'm a Christian, so they may try to drive me to my knees, but that's why I'm the strongest. Well, I bet you are.
Yeah, a lot of other things drive you to your knees.
Quinn Gallagher agrees. Listen, she's strong on her knees, dog. I'm gonna just tell you right now, baby.
Just tell you.
Okay, that's why I can't leave. Okay, we're doing another drag brunch, but she won't be there if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it's just what a fucking shit show. How unserious are these fucking people? This is what we allowed in. This is to me, this is the legacy of Trump. It's not just like, it's a lot of stuff to the Trump legacy, and a lot of people make it just about him. But to me, the legacy of Trump is the unseriousness to which Republicans are allowing people to be put in office. Where they're just like, yeah, fuck how it looks. Fuck all of our all the shit that we say. We just need the person to vote a certain way.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Trump's paid for many abortions. He's accused of sexual assault. Well, as a Christian evangelical, I'm voting for him because he's gonna vote a certain way.
Whatchamacallit, that dude that lost down there in Georgia. We ain't heard that football dude. We ain't heard of that nigga since.
Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker was like literally everything, the
Right.
opposite of everything that they stand for. But until he lost, they was lockstep. We are going to support you no matter what. He looked like a fucking idiot that did not care.
Yeah. But yeah, this guy's not a big enough public figure for us to know his statement or whatever.
Right.
But I just like to imagine in his personal life, he's somewhere explaining. Like, bro, come on, man. You seen them titties, bro. It's just the titties. It's like, but they say you've been dating them for months. I mean, them titties been tittying for months. She issued an apology, and where she tried to, I guess, explain what happened. Wait, what is this thing at? Okay, there you go. She issued an apology where she tried to rely on her white woman tears and past trauma and all this stuff to try to explain to everybody why what she was doing was fucked up, but it was okay. She said, I simply fell short of my values. The past few days have been difficult and humbling, and I'm truly sorry for the unwanted attention my Sunday evening in Denver has brought to the community.
That doesn't make no sense. You wanted the attention. I mean,
yeah, I mean, you literally wanted all the smoke. You were vaping.
Yes.
You were vaping. Like, you did a bunch of shit for a person that don't want attention. You did a bunch of shit.
Right.
Like, if in a more conspiratorial way, if this was an episode of Scandal, I'd be like, Olivia Pope is helping this woman get out of Congress. she told this woman, you need to go and act a fucking fool tonight and get kicked out so you don't have to run for Congress or some shit. Like we're gonna have your ex-husband murdered tonight, but we need an alibi because we need people to see you and know you was at the damn theater when he got killed, so they won't even suspect it was you.
Nope, have no idea.
She says, while none of my actions or words as a private citizen that night were intended to be malicious or meant to cause harm, the reality is that they did, and I regret that.
You're not a private citizen.
You weren't. Here's the thing. You could make the argument of, I was attending this in the role of a private citizen. I mean, even a public politician has a right to a private life. We're not allowed to be like, we need to know all your business. But from my understanding, when they were telling you to get the fuck out, you hit them with a, do you know who I am?
Right. And for me,
now, why would we know who you are if not for your role as a public politician? So are you really there as a private citizen, or were you flexing your public pull to be like, y'all need to leave me the fuck alone? If I want to sit in here and let this man, do the motherfucking shocker on me, fine. I'm above you.
Yeah, and that's why I said that. It's one of those things where a private citizen, yes, I completely understand that. But you know what a private citizen would have been doing? Okay, you rubbing on my titties, let's get up and go, because we want to fuck, or the fuck we doing here? Or either we don't want to make no scene, or either, you know what, while they was escorting you out, you'd have walked out and be like, all right, my bad, y'all, I apologize. But no, you fussed, you hollered, you stuck your middle finger up. You was like, do you know who I am? So you obviously wanted them to know publicly who you were. But now, since you have to quote unquote apologize, because initially you lied about it, and if you hadn't lied about it and just left and hadn't made any form of a public outcry about the situation, I think they'd have let that shit go. But for the fact that you was out here acting a fool online, and they was like, no, we know how y'all get down. We don't want these wackos and crazies attacking us and shit like that, harassing our employees because you lied, bitch. No.
I actually don't think they would have let it go. And here's why I don't think they would have let it go. Nigga, it's the theater. Yeah. You are anti-gay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the video would have came out in the same fashion. I think
But-
they knew she was gonna lie and they let her lie.
Correct.
So they could be like, and here's some more video. This video was coming out at some point. Because, and this is the thing I fucking hate about these motherfuckers, because they are so entitled to every space. You said you hate a certain type of person. You pass laws against those people. You do shit that fucks up the citizens of your own country, of your own fucking living space, and then expect to just be out in public, and our civility is supposed to kick in, and we're supposed to let you be uncivil. Because she didn't go in here and just act normal. She went in here and act a fucking fool. And then they like, I'm not entitled to that? What the fuck? No. You know, like this, when people see like, I don't know, Justice Alito eating at a restaurant and go, fuck you, motherfucker. I don't feel any level of bad about that. Like, I know I'm an empath and all that shit. I will turn that bitch the fuck off right there. Like, no, you wanted this smoke. You need to know you're affecting real people.
Right. If
this
that's
is
the
not a
case,
theory.
Eat
When
your
you
ass eat your food at the house then.
When you pass anti-gay legislation and then you go to a restaurant where there are gay people working and eating and living and coexisting, they might not like you. That's their right too. They have a freedom of speech as well to be like, fuck you. Freedom of speech is not just like a Christian right in our country. Everyone's supposed to have it. It's not just a religious thing. So to me, I think they would have leaked the video eventually, because fuck her. I'm pretty sure it's how everybody in there felt. But did she make it easier? Like she just made it
just speeded up
with the
process.
lies and shit. Like I know they were somewhere high-fiving when she put out them lies. Like, girl, yes. Load up the next video.
Yeah, because they leaked that shit out like the mixtape.
Because you know they be editing video up in there. They know about some video. They said, girl, add some music to it.
Child, we do this for a living.
So yeah, she says, there's no perfect blueprint for going through a public and difficult divorce, which over the past few months has made for a challenging personal time for me and my entire family. Girl, you making the time challenging. It's you.
Child, and you know what? Not that funny. I didn't even know you was getting divorced. And actually, I don't give a fuck. What does your divorce have to do with you showing your ass?
Once again, they don't live their raps though. Who's the sanctity of marriage people? Right. Right? Like, I'm so religious. Well, you're not supposed to get divorced. Well, not that religious. I mean, that's for y'all. I've tried to handle it with strength and grace as best I can, but I simply fell short of my value Sunday. That's unacceptable, and I'm sorry. She only fucking said that because they kept putting the video out showing she was lying the entire time, acting a fucking fool. And it wasn't until the hand job video that all of a sudden she was like, Chat GPT, I need to apologize. Hurry up and make something for me. So yeah, it's just ridiculous. And then on the theater got cameras outside, so they also caught them holding hands after they left the theater.
Right.
So she wasn't that disgusted or embarrassed. I really think it was part of some type of kink shit.
Yeah, they're like, that was her thing, that was her jam, and it was one of the things where if you would have left before they kicked you out, it probably wouldn't have been a problem at all. But for the fact that your ass stayed, that was the problem.
Also, they let them stay through the first act. When it was intermission, they came over and told them, "Can y'all stop?" Then they kept going and they said, "That's it, y'all gotta get the fuck out."
Okay. So
even they were trying to give them some fucking
some grace, yeah. And then they're gonna like, then you're gonna lie on us and act like, this ain't the truth.
And I'd love to be like, this is a non-story. I'm above this. This ain't got nothing to do with policies and shit. But one, I find the hypocrisy to be egregious.
Right.
Two, these people are policymakers and mostly they're hypocrites. There's a bunch of politicians that if this happened to, I'd be like, I don't know, that's kind of in line with the way they get down. Like, not the being rude part, but like in their finger banging, pulling titties out and shit. I'd be like, I don't know, that some of these motherfuckers wild. It ain't for me. But like, you're against this.
Right. You're against this. And that's the problem. And that's why we're talking about it. Because it's one of these things where people on both sides are the same. Bitch, no, they're not.
You'd absolutely destroy any Democrat for this. Y'all still throw up pictures of like Kamala Harris out on a date with like Montel Williams or some shit and be like, look at this harlot. And it's like, what are you talking about? Y'all dress like that all the time and y'all getting finger banged in the fucking theater. Ma'am, I'm trying to hear the musical number.
Right.
Okay? They singing fucking that daylight come and me want to go home, and you over here, having an orgasm. That's not cool
at all.
Let's see what else is going on over here. Drew Barrymore. She caught the ire of a lot of Twitter and writers, and justifiably so, in my opinion. She was like, I'm bringing my TV show back. Mm-hmm. Now, she ain't the only person bringing a daytime TV show back. Jennifer Hudson's bringing a TV show back. I think The View never really stopped doing their TV show.
Yeah, because they're more news, quote unquote.
There's rules to how you can do the show. Mm-hmm. Even Drew Barrymore was not breaking the rules. You can do the show. I think if we're being honest, the part that most people don't really understand is that the reason you're not going to see a Jennifer Hudson or The View really like rile everyone up as much as Drew Barrymore did is because they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, right or wrong, all that shit. I hear what y'all saying. There probably people picking it outside their fucking shit right the fuck now.
They don't care.
They won't come on Twitter and make a video crying and shit or beg people to like understand and listen. They won't even make an excuse of being like, we doing this for the production team and all that. They're just like, we don't care if you like us. Y'all been watching us despite hating us for years.
Right.
Most of us are like salty old birds. We just... we're like 70 and shit. I've been a woman in Hollywood for this long. What? A few more people don't like me? Suck my dick. I don't care.
Right. That's what they like. Yeah.
So that's why you ain't even gonna see nobody really come at Whoopi or I forget the other people. But you're not even gonna see people come at them for that shit because they're just like Joanne Behar. She's like, man, nigga, I've been in Hollywood so long. Everybody will get over it. Hopefully the writers will come back and then we'll be back to normal. Blah blah blah. The other thing too is that those shows, the things that people probably had to write for those shows are not things that people consider as high art writing as other type of shows. So like they don't do like late night monologues and like jokes and those like type of segments. So their writing is probably mostly like intro, outro shit, interview questions,
right?
Teleprompter stuff that you need to do a show.
Yes,
but also, I could see people feeling like they could freestyle some of that shit or whatever. Even though, trust me,
you can't.
You like Bomani's one of the smartest people I know. Period. And as many things as he has going on in his brain while we're filming a TV show, it's nice to have a teleprompter there just in case.
Yeah, right, in case your mind goes blank, all types of shit.
Because there's little shit you don't think about that it comes off so natural to the audience that y'all think it's just like the host just looked in the camera and started saying shit. But even something like today's guest is Vince Staples, who did this album, is on tour here, and joke, ladies and gentlemen, Vince Staples. Like even that needs to be written down, because you want to get it right. And so little stuff like that, people don't care about. So they'll be like, there must not be they got writers. Ha ha ha. Yeah, they do. They, however dumb you think they look, they would be dumber without the writers. And they probably do look dumber now. I don't watch the show.
Me either.
But, so Drew Barrymore puts out this video where she's just fucking like crying and shit. And talking about like why she needs to do this why she needs to come back and do the show, which I thought was such bullshit
because she needs people approval, and it's one of those things where the whole thing, particularly with her brand, is about being liked. Like that's why people were drawn to you. Everything about you is very positive. Everything about you is very bright and pretty and shiny, and that's why people drew to you. That's how you got your popularity and things like that. People have a lot of compassion, a lot of empathy for you because of the things that you've been through, and these are the things, you have these qualities and these characteristics that people like. And particularly when you talk about daytime TV era, you're literally talking about demographics, give or take, but statistically, you probably talking about a bunch of white women who normally watch these shows during the day because most people have to work. And you have a lot of people that might record it and shit like that. But, they still support her and the things that she does. And so for her to do this and her writers to be on the outside actually fucking protesting outside as studio audiences go in makes her look bad. And she did not know how to handle looking bad.
Yeah, and the job of the daytime TV show host is to be liked.
Correct.
Which is one of the reasons that I've watched this kind of morally fuck people up. People that said they stand with the writers and they stand with SAG and all this shit. All of a sudden, it's like you could see them pulling up short on Drew, where it's like, oh, well, I mean, it's not like, now fuck Bill Maher, but Drew Barrymore, I mean, she's just had a hard life and and it's like, yes, that's the point. That's one of the reasons you don't want her to be a scab, because people like her so much, they will go against their principles and be like, I guess it's okay to say fuck your writers if it's Drew, right? So she put out this go ahead, I'm sorry.
And it shouldn't be okay no matter what, you know.
If you have a principle, you have a principle.
Right.
You know, I'm not saying everything has to be black and white. There's no areas of gray, but if you have certain principles, you can't be like, well, if and this is one of the reasons I don't like the stand culture shit, all that stuff. If the person you like violates the principles, then the principle's not important anymore.
Right.
You know, motherfuckers will like half the time when people are shitting on somebody, it's really, do I like this person or not? It's not really what's my moral stance on this shit. But this is her. Oh, I'm sorry.
Right. That's why I could flip flop, and that's why I could be all over the place. And I know this might sound stupid, but what does scab mean?
Scab, just a person that crosses the picket line.
Okay.
So, you know, they call it scabbing or whatever, but it's basically somebody that says, yeah, I know we're not supposed to be working, but I'm going to go in there and work while the rest of y'all on strike. They're going to give me my money. Fuck y'all.
I believe there's nothing I can do or say in this moment to make it okay.
Turns out that was wrong.
I wanted to own
and I think even starting there, because she's got like no makeup, her hair is up, glasses on her head. You know, she's giving you that close talk, Drew, that the one that we all root for and shit. Mm-hmm. And what that first sentence really should say is, there's nothing I'm willing to do. Right? Because she says, there's nothing I can say or do that'll make this right. No, there's nothing you're willing to say and do at this moment that can make this right. You about to go on for 4 minutes and it's going to be a waste of time, because the thing you could do, the thing you could say, you could have started this video and said, actually, I heard what y'all had to say. I'm shutting my show down.
Yes, you could.
And I'm standing with the writers, and I'm gonna find some other outlet in the meantime, because I think it's more important to show solidarity with my peers than to be like, fuck this.
And people would have completely rebounded and be like, that's the Drew I know.
Yeah.
Right.
I believe there's nothing I can do or say in this moment to make it okay. I wanted to own a decision so that it wasn't a PR protected situation, and I would just take full responsibility for my actions. I know there's just nothing I can do that will make this okay for those it is not okay with. I fully accept that. I fully understand that. There are so many reasons why this is so complex.
Do you though? And the reason why I say do you though is because why are you making a statement then? Like what you're not being truthful.
Once again, we're not watching Jennifer Hudson do this. Sherry Shepherd's gonna bring her show back. We're not gonna watch her do this. And you know why? Because they don't give a fuck. They literally do not care about the shit. Like, they're like, I want, and this is the thing. I don't care that it's Drew Barrymore. I think this is just true of a lot of people in these camera facing jobs. There's a part of them that needs to be on camera, getting the attention, getting the credit, getting the accolades, working, whether it's for their own mental health, whether it's for their ego, whatever it is, that blend of something, the dopamine hit of I'm important and the cameras are all pointed at me, they need it. Some more than others.
All right.
You know, and the same way writers need to express themselves creatively and write.
Right.
You know, like, people need these outlets. For them, her outlet is me telling America mental health and wellness and all this other shit, and how I'm infinitely caring and a good person. Well, this is not something an infinitely caring good person would do. And I think she worked backwards from I need to be on TV to now I need to find some reason that what I'm doing is actually good for everybody, despite the fact that I did not host the MTV Awards this year because I said I was standing in solidarity with the writers. What changed in these last 2 months? What changed? Nothing's changed. The AMPT hasn't come back with better deal offers. What has changed, Drew, other than now your name is on the marquee? Now it's not the VMAs or the music awards. It's just the fucking Drew Barrymore show. Do you now it's different. That needs to exist. That needs to happen with or without writers. And that's, to me, says a lot about her and her ego.
And I just want everyone to know my intentions have never been in a place to upset or hurt anyone. Not who I am.
You are what you're doing.
Yeah, because people gonna look at your actions. Like you say, if she'd have did this video and at the beginning of it, and was like, I wanted to do my show, and these are the reasons why, but I hear what the people are saying, and so we've just decided to shut production until we can get our whole staff, all our writers and everybody involved, because we need the whole ship, we need everybody here, and this does not feel right moving on, knowing that, parts of the crew aren't here, but you didn't do that. What you're giving people are excuses to why you will continue to do the show, and you didn't realize that people don't. This is an environment right now. People don't want to hear it.
I think she just thought they like me more than they'll hate what I'm doing.
Yes,
and you're wrong because it's people's livelihoods. It wouldn't matter if it was their own fucking parents doing the fucking show. People would be like, what the fuck are you doing, mom?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how bad it is right now. Like, and the fact that the AMPT has not budged, has not like tried to find some type of way to like give a better counter offer or something, you're not helping. Our side should not be cracking before the studios do.
Right.
It's that simple.
I've been through so many ups and downs in my life.
And so has all these fucking writers, nigga. Sorry.
And this is one of them. I deeply apologize to writers. I deeply apologize to unions. I deeply apologize.
But what? It's like saying, I apologize for cheating on you. I'm going to keep fucking this girl on the side.
Right. It's like, well, then what are you going to do
right.
to correct this?
What's the apology for then? Because when you apologize for something, it's I'm sorry and here's my corrective actions.
Right.
This is not a real apology. Like, no, what you're saying is I feel bad.
Yes.
I feel bad that what I'm doing is making y'all feel bad.
Right.
Okay, well, can you stop? I don't know. That's asking a lot now. Okay, so then don't waste my time with the bullshit.
Don't even apologize. Just have people be mad and sit in it.
I don't exactly know what to say because sometimes
because no one wrote it.
When things are so tough, it's hard to make decisions from that place. So all I can say is that I wanted to accept responsibility. And no, I don't have a PR machine behind this. My decision to go back to the show, I didn't want to hide behind people. So I won't. And I won't polish this with
Well, go ahead.
And the thing is, you're quote unquote saying it with your chest, but then you're going to deal with the heat of you saying it with your chest when people are very upset with you.
Also, she eventually does go on to hide behind people.
Bells and whistles and publicists and corporate rhetoric. I'll just stand out there and accept and be responsible. There's a huge question of the why. Why am I doing this? Well, I certainly couldn't have expected this kind of attention. We aren't going to break rules and we will be in compliance. I wanted to do this because, as I said, this is bigger than me and there are other people's jobs on the line.
So now that's hiding behind people. I'm sorry. You're like, I'm not going to hide behind people with the PR and all this stuff. Well, you're hiding behind the idea that these other workers are, hey, they need to keep working. And it just so happens my name's on the marquee and I'm going to do my show. Here's the thing I will say, though. I think what a lot of people don't know is even a lot of those workers that these people are claiming to stand behind, and that's the reason we're going to do our show, a lot of them are in unions.
Yes, they are. And a lot of them are up for renewal. And
well,
shit
I don't know
too.
that a lot of them are up for renewal, Karen. I don't know when
Oh.
their contracts expire and
Right.
stuff. So, they could be like they normally don't have everyone renew it at the same time.
Okay.
SAG and the WGA just happen to be renewing at the same time because they set this up like the last time. But what happens is, there may be a time where the people that run the cameras, the people that do the lights, the people, the people that like your stage hands, your grips, whatever unions those people have, the Teamsters union shit, there may be a time where they go, hey, we're not fucking working. We're striking. We're not getting paid. So the idea of throwing them up is like, listen, they're just innocent people. No, because when it comes to their check, they'll shut that shit down and be like, I don't care if you can't film your late night show. We ain't moving a camera till we get our new fucking deal. So this idea that like, well, we have to keep them working, nigga, that's a lie.
Right. And the thing is, particularly for the people that like do the cameras, if them niggas don't show up, you literally don't have no show. So it wouldn't matter how much you want to do the show. If nobody's there to press the red button to have the shit broadcast live, it's not going to matter. You're only doing this because you can.
So yeah, I just think it's I think this video was obviously poorly thought out. She deleted the video.
I heard.
And today, as of today, she is now pressing pause on production of the show until the strike ends. She says she's listening to everyone.
This is what your video should have said.
I'm listening to everyone. I'm making the decision to pause the show premiere until the strike is over. I have no words to express my deepest apologies to anyone I've hurt. And of course, to our incredible team who works on the show and has made it what it is today. We really tried to find our way forward, and I truly hope for a resolution for the entire industry very soon.
This is what your video should have said.
Yeah. But once again, like, this is what happens when your job is to be liked. Because you did something that's totally legal. It's within the parameters of the carve-outs. And yet you still want us to like you.
Yep.
And that's just not going to be possible for a lot of people. Your writers are literally outside your building with signs.
Yeah.
And you're walking in that same building, probably walking past them.
Right.
Because they know what a side entrance is too, nigga. Like, they know. I worked in that building. That's where we filmed Game Theory. I've seen the line for Drew's show. I've seen where the stars come in and where they go out and all this shit. Those writers, I don't know how you're ever going to be cool. Like, it's going to take a while if you have those same writers come back at some point to sit in that room across from you knowing that you was like, fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it'll make it better now that she's paused production, but the initial shit, it's going to take a while to get over that because you tried to play me, and you knew what you were doing, and then you went the way of like, hey man, it's just I just I'm doing this for the craft service people. No, you're not. You're doing it for your name being on the marquee. And like I said, you don't have the makeup to be unliked. So why even just got caught out
with
there.
yourself.
If anything, I feel bad for her in that respect.
I do too, because
Yeah.
she was not built for that. Like, she
Yeah.
literally, if you're going to do this, you're not trying funny, and you need to be like Bill Maher to be like, fuck it, I said what I said. We gonna do the show. I don't give a fuck about y'all protesting. The shit moves on, and just sit in it. But if you have the type of personality where you need to be liked, you need people's approval and shit like this, you are not made for that. So for you to cross that line and deal with the backlash, and you wasn't prepared and you wasn't ready for it, it's like, I think she knew it was going to come, but she didn't know how harsh it was going to be and how many people were going to call her out. And like you said, I really do think she thought her likability would outshine the situation, and it didn't, and she didn't know how to handle it.
I want to make my mama proud. You guys are not doing anything with your life. You may not see it, but I'm trying to accomplish something, and you guys are preventing me from that. All y'all haters, like, I'm trying to accomplish my dreams. If you don't like me, just block me. I didn't do anything to you.
That's basically her video. But yeah, she couldn't own it, and honestly, like I said, the places that I feel bad for her is that I, maybe projecting a bit, but I don't think it's too much a stretch to consider that she probably feels like she needs this. Like, her show started during the pandemic. She wants to be known as everything's all good. I make things fun. She is that,
Yeah, she wants to.
I want to bring the positivity.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, this is what real toxic positivity is. It's I'm doing something fucked up, but it's because I'm making everything great. And aren't we all having fun? Isn't this fine? No, bitch, it's not. You can't trick me. You're doing something foul. And the way I feel about Bill Maher is how I feel about you doing this shit. It's actually pretty fucking whack. Mm-hmm. And no, I'm not going to separate you out because you're a woman or you had a hard time as a child. And no, man, it's still fucked up. If you this is one of those get down or lay down times. It just is what it is.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the rubber meet the road. We're seeing what people are really made out of, because the thing is, there's so many other things, and people are doing auctions, people are doing podcasts, people are raising money. There's so many other things that you could have did with this energy that would have, quote unquote, kept your positivity out there where you're still helping without crossing that line. But you chose to cross the line and then was like, uh-oh, I didn't realize people were going to get this mad about me crossing the line, even though in her mind, her reasons were valid and they were understandable to her. But it does not mean that these people that are complaining, particularly if they're being directly impacted by it, feel this way.
Right. I mean, I know, I get it. She just wants everybody to stop fighting. Mm-hmm. And you know who else wants everybody to stop fighting, Karen?
Who?
Jonathan Majors. Okay, Jonathan Majors, he might be a villain on the screen, but he's a peacemaker in the streets, okay?
Okay.
Even though he's been accused of being a villain off screen too. He apparently saw a intense school fight and the cameras were rolling and he broke it up.
My storage bitch.
Oh! That's Jonathan Majors right there. You can tell by the newsy cap that he has. Extra, extra. Read all about it. Fight at 12.
He looked like a golf caddy.
I applaud his commitment to trying to make that hat happen.
Come on.
Okay. This man he gonna make that hat. He gonna figure a way out to get it happening.
No one did anything.
Now, this person here is recording with what appears to be a laptop and a phone. So I don't know if this is for video editing purposes later.
Child.
Well, I don't even know if that's.
I would hate to be getting my ass beat because nobody gonna help nowadays. Everybody just gonna fucking.
Jonathan Majors will help, Karen. What you talking about? What you talking about?
If he had no walk by and out of the kindness of his heart stopped, them kids would have watched that girl get her ass whooped.
So it worked on Karen, y'all. Got her. Okay.
Clearly.
Did they set this up? Did they call him in there and be like, on the bench?
Well, the thing is, people are saying, shout out to his PR team. His crisis team is amazing because they don't believe this is real. They think, with his dating Megan Good, his pending domestic violence case coming up. Him rolling up, TMZ, getting the footage of him just happening to stop a fight between two teenage girls. They think, this is all designed for PR.
Was his body senses tingling?
That's what they're saying. How you even know? Not his publicity team planting good stories to try to make it seem like he's the opposite of who he is. Teenagers use cameras. That story would have been everywhere and knock it off. Yeah, that is true. How come we don't have unedited footage of this fight? Because, we got the TMZ footage that's edited. Right. But if everyone holding cameras with all them kids recording this shit, where the fuck is the other footage from just the kids that were yelling "World Star" holding the phone the wrong way? It would be in Major's best interest to keep a positive public perception at this time, as his trial was delayed for a second time after the Lovecraft Country's actors defense team told the court the prosecution has been dilatory in turning over evidence. A hearing is scheduled for the 15th of September, Friday, September 15th, to cover this matter, set the trial date. So yeah, people think that this is like a PR stunt.
I can see that.
Well, it worked on you. You couldn't see it. You was like, see, this. I wish Jonathan Major showed when I'm getting beat up, so it worked on you, sucker, fool.
I guess I am, because if I'm getting my ass whooped, yes.
I guess you think the brick girl is real too. Everybody over here is just getting all the benefit down from Karen. Jonathan Majors, Carly Russell, everybody just falling for all.
I didn't even really follow that story. I'm just hearing that as that shit come out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go into detail. Good luck to those people, and I hope that
good luck to you all.
Yeah, I hope everybody's telling the truth and everything. A woman is defending herself after being called a cringe millennial for her overjoyed reactions to IHOP pancakes, while also addressing allegations of racism for rebuking a critic. Yeah, everything I just said. So this TikToker, Anna Moreira, went viral this week with a clip of herself excitedly about to enjoy some IHOP pancakes.
Child, I get happy about food too. I'm with you on that one.
Okay, Karen falling for it again, y'all. Here we go. Let's see if she's gonna learn anything this time.
Do I need to wait? Damn.
I mean, we've only done 3,000 episodes of the show. I mean, do you think you should probably wait before giving a hot take immediately after hearing the title, or do you think you should just keep going? It's up to you.
We can get going.
All right, so here we go. Here's the clip. This is her in the video. You can see the girl sitting with her boyfriend or friend in the back, looking on at this woman getting geeked about these pancakes, low-key hating, or at least hating on like the over-the-top antics, right? And I could also understand that, like, it's just kind of like how I always say, like, the dude that dances big groove don't bother me. But if I was actually sitting in the restaurant, it might bother me, because I'd be like, look at this nigga doing too much. Like I'm not saying I would get up and say something or do something, but I definitely would be like, this nigga. I'm not even gonna lie. I wouldn't get up and dance with him. I'd just be like, I can't believe this motherfucker is really dancing over these pancakes. Okay. That's her face to me, is just wow. Okay. So yeah, and the video is captioned something like, my hangriness leaving my body, blah, blah, blah. And then she later put up a video of the woman zooming in on her POV when a customer that came after you gets their food first. Now, of course, this woman looks like she's done eating, but the point is to be like, look at her hating and all this shit. And this TikTok, I always notice this. I can't help but notice it. Everything on TikTok is selling you sex without saying it's selling you sex.
Yes, it is.
It's always like, no bra on, jiggling titties, twerking, just, and also I want to talk about, therapy. It's like, nigga, I read the subliminal messages, okay? It just in case the therapy points wasn't hitting, the titties was, and I would stay for the titties. I know what everybody's doing. Oh, you just happen to have washboard abs and cum gutters, and you want to tell me about the motherfucking CRT, nigga. Like, y'all not slick. Everyone on TikTok has to be like super hot, makeup, hair, everything. It's not too many regular people on TikTok. And that's fine, but that's the medium. That's the difference between like Twitter, which is all words, Tumblr, all words, and then just something that's mostly video, right?
Right.
Anyway, I always like pointing that out because it's so funny to me. But so this woman, you know, this goes viral. And people actually started hating. She sent up like, look at this woman hating on me. People started hating back on her. Like, nah, actually, I'm kind of with the woman judging you. And she didn't understand. She's like, what the fuck y'all mean? Y'all judging me? And they're like, cause it's kind of cringe. Like the over the top shit. You're doing it for the video. It's not like authentic and real. It's just a performance. And it just makes me feel like it's lifeless, like it's not genuine joy. It's I need to perform joy because I need to make a video about every fucking little thing in my life. So I think people were sick of that stuff. I personally feel like if you're following somebody on those sites and shit, you kind of know what they're doing. But I would be lying if I said I couldn't relate to some extent. It just really depends on the video, because I've seen videos of like families that prank each other that give me that feeling of like, really, nigga, everything. Like, oh yeah, like, and they're not always like the woke funny shit that people like. I mean, some of this shit is extremely corny, cruel, reductive, sexual assault jokes, fat jokes, you know, abuse jokes, lots of abuse jokes. And I could understand watching that video, not this one, but the videos like that. There's times I watch those videos and I'm like, yeah, maybe don't share everything or maybe try not to make everything content every day, because some days you miss. And when you miss and the joke is, I beat my wife, I'm not coming back. You know what I mean? like in addition to not being funny, it's like, why the fuck is that the joke to you? You know? Now I don't think what she's doing is that bad, but I'm just saying people seem to be over the performance shit, and so maybe that's why she caught so much heat.
Yeah, but you probably telling her on the platform that's all about fucking video.
Well, that's what she shared it. So there,
right.
but hold on. Where else would they reply to it? I mean, some people could take it and quote tweet it and talk shit about her on Twitter. I mean, I've seen that too. But she put it out there in a public forum to be like, shame this person behind me. And then they went, actually, I think it's kind of whack what you're doing.
True. That might have been something she didn't expect.
Yeah. So I'm not, look, the millennials be fighting, and I think this is the perfect Facebook meme.
Yes, it is. The whole thing is stupid then. I'm out. Who gives a fuck? I don't care. Fucking zero. Don't give a fuck. It's a 0 and 100. It's 0, I don't give a fuck, and it's 100 because it's stupid.
This isn't even fucking with black people.
Because it's stupid. It don't make sense now.
Yeah.
I put it on the platform where everybody looks good and shit like this, and then you turn around and tell me you got a problem with me putting it on a fucking platform that, well, I don't make sense.
I don't think, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, sure. But yeah, because I mean, I don't know that they were like, I just have a problem with you uploading videos. I think they were like, well, the woman in the background is kind of what normal people would do if they saw somebody acting like that over some pancakes. And then she was like, no, we laughing at her. I put this up to pick on her. And they're like, well, actually, no. I mean, you kind of is doing a bit. You acting extra. I don't know. I think it's funny. But I see it obviously made you very upset. So
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Stupid.
I thought this was a cute, funny story, and now it's not anymore.
I did too, until we actually started talking about it. I was like, oh, okay. There's no fun at it. Everybody just took the fun out. The fuck.
Yeah. Remember 5 minutes ago when you were like, I love dancing for pancakes.
I do.
Yeah.
But I don't put it out like this, and then people tell me I'm not shit, and no, I'm good.
You know what? Fuck this happy ass lady. I'm tired of acting like I be a bigger person here. Stop being weird. One person responded.
Right. And
that person got over 126,000 likes.
And that's the bullshit. So I'm like, I'm good. Let me just tap out. I don't give a fuck.
Also, like, this is the reason I say you can't call the internet your support network or safe space or whatever the fuck. You don't know from video to fucking video.
And
She could have 3,000 videos like this where everybody loved them, and she went viral for being the the braless, big titted, dancing over pancakes woman. And then one video she decided to be petty, and everybody's like, "Actually, bitch, I'm sick of your titties, your pancakes, and put on a bra." It's like, damn.
Yep, and you don't know when it's gonna change, so I'm good.
Stupid TikTok is ruining people's ability to be normal in public. Everything has to be recorded. Always putting on a face for strangers. Just eat your fucking food.
And see, this would be the shit that would make me mad. It was like, well, bitch, you here. There's other people doing the same shit. Y'all not on their shit fucking complaining. Kiss my ass.
Well, one thing I've noticed lately with the internet, too, that I think people don't consider enough, whenever you're putting up any video of you being outside, having fun, whatever, even if it's fake performative shit like this, where it's like, this is how I eat my pancakes. And it's like, it's a cute video, really shouldn't bother anybody. You're sending it to a group of people where many of them are, I don't want to say shut-ins, but they're curmudgeons that are inside consuming content of people that go outside.
Right.
And so a lot of their stuff kind of pushes towards this idea of like, stay inside, don't ever do anything. The world is dangerous. COVID is out here. Mass shootings. I'm doom scrolling all day. Your joy is my hate. Stop. So you are like this is not a safe space to put your content anyway. Someone said, I've seen a lot of people saying she's having fun, leave her alone. And I don't think she is. I think at the level of farming your life for content, that you're setting up a phone tripod at IHOP to do a little dance while your waiter brings you food, you're not having fun anymore.
A bunch of projection.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't know that I'm any better. There's certain videos I do get that feeling from. And I don't know if it's just because I'm cynical or I'm an introvert, but sometimes I'll see a video and I'm hoping that it's always cool, genuine fun for everybody, or they know that, hey, I'm performing and people might not like it. I hope that, but I never know. Like when I remember, I can't remember her name now, but the little black girl that be rapping, my name is, and she's got like a dad that's like, producing her videos essentially and putting her stuff out there. And I love her videos. They're cute. They're all this stuff. But sometimes I look at the videos and I'm like, I mean, what happens if she don't want to do it that day? Because I don't know. I'm not in that house. Like, is that her idea every day? Are you writing her raps for her? Are you making her practice? Does she want this? Does she want TikTok fame? A little girl that probably can't use TikTok as far as like reading the comments and seeing what's said about her.
Right.
When she's getting booked on a show because someone thinks she's adorable and her father has to come along, is the real reason, hey, I'm her dad and I need to be famous somehow. And if it's through my kids, cool. If not, whatever. Like, I think about that shit because I'm human, and I think a lot of people think about that kind of shit because they're human. And at this point, we're producing so much content. We've all kind of become content creators. And so I do think about the line. I think about it for our shit. What do we share on the podcast versus what we don't?
Right.
Our social media is different than a podcast.
Yes, it is.
The podcast, I can talk like 15 minutes about this topic and everybody will understand what I mean by the end. At TikTok, I have at most 2 minutes maybe. And in that 2 minutes, I might not be able to completely express my point. I don't have videos of myself doing like, the millennial TikTok dances and shit. I could, maybe that would go viral, but I'm not trying to force content. I came up with that list for Black History Month. If you look at my TikTok, I don't have many videos after that because I wasn't pressuring myself every day. Like I gotta need a new TikTok.
Yeah, that's something else.
There are people who do though, who push through that. And I think it becomes a job. Yes, and what people are responding to is, I'm not watching you have this genuine experience of joy. I'm watching content. I'm watching you set up a tripod. Because I say this all the time with the couple fight videos and shit. So you set up a tripod. You came in the house. You recorded yourself doing whatever. You had an argument about child support, and then which looked very embarrassing to both sides, then you uploaded it to social media and let people fight about it. I'm supposed to believe all that is genuine and that you're a good person that did that. You like if me and you had a fight somehow, and then I posted a fucking video to Facebook of our private fight, I hope people will go, what the fuck is wrong with him? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I would have a problem with that.
Exactly. So I think what people are responding to is not necessarily her little dance or whatever. It's the idea of like, well, this is just content. You did something weird in public. Someone looked at you like, that's kind of weird. And now because we're on the internet, you're flipping it into, no, she's the weirdo. Look at her looking at me, hating and shit. And it's like, well, she probably was looking at like, what is this bitch setting up a camera recording me?
Yeah, I'm just here minding my business, eating my food.
I look back to see like, what the fuck is she doing? And now matter of fact, I can have resting bitch face. I could not even dislike you. I could have just looked over there and thought, oh, that was weird. It's a bunch of shit, but now I'm on the Summer Jam screen. I'm the main character of your shit. Post your fucking video and go.
Right, that I didn't ask to be in, so I could literally see that other person's perspective going, I didn't ask to be a part of your show.
Yeah, so I just think there's a lot of ways it could go, and I think people are starting to respond to that. I think this is an interesting thing because of how many ways it can be viewed. Because I'm very much like, if this happened to me where I was in a restaurant and a motherfucker recorded me looking at them funny and then put me on the internet like, look at this hating ass nigga, I'd be like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? I should be able to feel a way about that. I didn't ask to be a star of your shit, dog. Blur my face out then. Don't know if it's such a big deal.
And this has a lot to do with, I was looking at why people have problems with people recording in gyms and shit, and why some gyms be like, don't be fucking recording people in the background while you exercise. And people are like, I come here to exercise. I didn't come here to be a part of your fucking workout video. Do that shit at the house.
Right. But yeah, so she said that she was not exaggerating for the sake of content. I question that because I think anytime we turn the camera towards ourselves, we're normally exaggerating somewhat. We know the camera's there, but it's fine. She might genuinely just be this happy-go-lucky person. I'm not saying she's not, but she said many people were saying, she's fake. No, I'm exactly like that anywhere with anything. While she says she isn't comfortable with the hate, she answers hate with hate and is comfortable standing up for herself. She said she only saw the woman scowling in the back of the shot after they had left the IHOP, and she began to edit the video. If she caught the person doing that while there, she said she would have said something. I was like, what the fuck this chick is doing? I'm used to that kind of look because I'm very voluptuous and small girl. I'm not average in the U.S. So already it's turning into, listen to me, I'm the real victim here. This woman that was unbeknownst to her, that did not have consent for me to record her, was looking at me like she clearly hates voluptuous women. I'm so fine. That's the real problem.
That's the real issue. I'm so fine.
You skinny bitch.
Hating on my double D's.
She then began defending herself in the hate-filled comment section of her TikTok. One response ignited another wave of backlash for her. In the response, she said to the user, Mr. Questions, saying they identified with the girl in the back. She responded, for a black guy, hating an other person that's food for thought society doesn't made you suffer with hate too? Interesting. Now, I don't think English is her first language, maybe, or something like that. But it sounds like she's saying, hey, black person who disagreed, who says that he identifies this white woman, well, these white people are racist and own slaves. That's who you want to have they back?
And the thing is, she basically saying, I don't identify as black because, she was like other. So I'm assuming that, you're some form of brown. But
yeah, she's Brazilian or something.
Right, but not quote unquote black. So.
Right, so then she turned it into like, yo black ass agreeing with this white woman. And of course, people finally had the proof. So they took the video and put like, before she deletes it, what the F does his race have to got to do with any of it?
Right.
So, people are mad. Now she said, some people were confused by the way she worded the response. Others accused her of racism, asking what his race has to do with eating pancakes. She told Insider she stands by that comment and said the language barrier means that sometimes what she says comes out confusing. I know people are calling me racist and people don't realize what racist is. What I meant was being a part of the minority, you know, as me being a woman, he being black or a trans person, hating on strangers on the internet is something that I don't swallow very well. It's like, man, the society hated on you and your entire life. And this is what you spread? Yeah, your friend dancing over pancakes, Karen. It's your buddy.
I didn't say.
No.
Child, I didn't say we was best pals. I just said I danced for ice cream too. That's all I said. I did not realize it's gonna turn into all this bullshit.
I mean, you're an extrovert, but also even when you like love and enjoy food and dance at the table and stuff, I've never set up a tripod. You know, maybe that's what my mistake was.
Please
we need
don't.
to pull out all the cameras and get the hating people in the back. Maybe we could be viral. Maybe the show could blow up.
Child, no, I'm gonna tell you right now, my black ass is not made for that. Because the first motherfucker that say something crazy sideways about me is gonna be a goddamn problem. I'm good, homie.
Well, that's what she said. She said, "Listen, blacks, shut up." I thought being part of the minorities make us better in a way that we don't do nothing. We don't do to nobody what they do to us our entire lives. It's not your right to talk trash to someone you don't know, she said. Now, woman, you don't know this person behind you. You don't know this woman behind you either. She was minding her business. It's such first character syndrome shit to me, where it's like, I'm the main character. Everyone is a op. I'm the protagonist. If I want to take a picture in a restaurant, your ass should be happy for me. No, I didn't ask if you should be in the video, but you in it, bitch. Shut up. No, I'm not blurring your face out. And I'm using you for content later. So yeah, I just thought that article was great. Aren't y'all glad we're back talking about nothing again?
Yeah, absolutely, positively nothing. And you know, we went from dancing about food to me giving it a score to we finding out some other shit. So.
Honestly, when I saw this video, I said, I'd take this woman to see Beetlejuice, okay? Because them titties was tittying, y'all, okay? You can dance all over my pancakes, okay? I'll root it to that fresh and fruity. You know?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Root it to that booty, if you know what I'm saying. Everyone's so hot on TikTok. It's really a shame.
It's sad. It's sad.
All right, let's get to some other stuff. This is just us talking and shit, but let's play some games. Let's see. Let's do. Maybe we do some fucking with black people.
Fucking with black people. Fucking with black people. Fucking with black people. Fucking with black people.
Also, as a one last aside to this, who gives a fuck if she was hating? If you doing you and you having joy, have your joy. Fuck them people.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, as somebody who's like that.
Yeah, Karen's like that. And
yeah,
Karen is probably one of the meanest, coldest people I know when it comes to just not giving a fuck what people think about her having her fun, man. If she having fun, it might be all honey baby sweetie shit, but in deep down, she don't care. She had her fun. You know, she wouldn't even have made no video hating on these people. It would have been like, okay, well, that bitch was hating, and I enjoyed my cake, and I danced over my pancakes.
Yeah, yes.
Not about her. The camera was for me.
All right. So I and now that I have to agree with that. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that if you're somebody with a personality like this, you almost have to be like that because it's a constant battle of everybody fucking wanting to steal your joy and tell you how your joy isn't sincere, how you're not real, how you're fake, because they assume that everybody's like that. And I know mine comes from a genuine place from deep down within. And so for me, yes, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You have to be like that, because if not, you'll just turn into one of them being fucking miserable all the time.
Tyler Perry thinks successful black women should be open-minded about splitting bills with their partner. Are black women closed-minded about splitting the bills? Is that what's happening? All right. Well, he gave some dating advice. Now listen, My guess is, I haven't even watched this clip. My guess is he was asked.
Yeah, I don't
Because
think.
I think it's been going around Twitter like it was some unsolicited shit he came up with. So my guess is he probably got asked in an interview setting.
I guarantee you got asked.
Yeah.
Because he don't sound that type of person that would just come out and just say some shit like that.
I mean, he might.
Listen,
but
a lot of women, especially black women.
But no. I agree with you. He wouldn't, because it's not his content.
Correct.
Like he might put those messages in his movies or some shit.
Right.
But he's not really a go on Instagram Live and let me tell the black women what they need to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So somebody asks and he's just responding, right? And who knows what was said prior to this to make him respond this way? They might have been talking specifically about black women. Like I don't
know. He could have said no comment.
That's true too.
Could have answered a different way, but let's see what he said.
A lot of women, especially black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men, right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can, because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you handle the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in, because that means, no, I need somebody who is, they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have, well, go on, keep your list, baby.
Yeah.
God bless you. Hope it happens. Go on, keep your list. But when you talk about just someone to love you and support you, I know people whose men can't touch what they make. But when you see them together, that love, that support, that I got you, babe, it's a beautiful thing.
Okay. All right. Well, 0 to 100, Karen.
Chad, that's another Facebook meme. It's 0. I don't give a fuck about what you do with your own life. Like these are your choices. And a lot of women are like that because of patriarchy and men's egos. Most men egos can't handle a lot of men's ego, no matter how much they quote unquote try to pretend that they're evolved, and how much they quote unquote try to pretend society put on men that you have to be the breadwinner, you need to make the most money, you need to be the head and not the tail, you need to be the first and not the last, you need to be the one in here quote unquote dictating everybody, not that you're supposed to be in a quote unquote partnership with your spouse about everything. It's no, you're supposed to quote unquote be everything. And men across the board buy into this. They buy into this hook, line, and sinker. So a lot of times the problem isn't with the women. There are women that make money that's like, I'm open. But a lot of times when they get with certain men that have these ego problems and shit like this, society makes them feel adequate, and they cannot be around somebody that they feel like has the quote unquote power in the relationship, because they treat it like a power dynamic financially type of thing, because that's kind of how people treat money and all that shit. Like, I have the most money, I can dictate, I can control and shit like this. And there's a lot of underlying factors, in that, to me. I do think it's a beautiful thing where money don't matter and shit like that, and y'all can go on and love each other and shit like that. Yes, but there are a lot of scarred people across the board, and you're dealing with scarred men and scarred women. And when you try to mix people up together and they're scarred and they have not healed and they ain't talked about shit and they ain't doing nothing to repair themselves, these are the problems that you run into.
Yeah, I think so. The number one thing is he was asked. I think this is a huge part of the stuff that gets left out. All these comments always get treated as unsolicited, like he just walked down the street and started talking bad about women or something. And a black woman asked him this question. Same thing I felt when it was Iyanla and that whole bus driver situation, where I was like, on the one hand, I really don't have anything like negative to say about, because it's her personal opinion. She gets to do whatever she wants to with her body. And if she wants to date whoever the fuck or whatever the fuck, or not date whoever. Okay. Now her reasoning behind it was kind of foul and racist and full of anti-black tropes. But yeah, even if she didn't find you a motherfucker that also got the same views on that, or maybe someone will change your mind. Okay. The other thing is, I think Black women are already aware of and doing a lot of this. I don't think the problem is like, and we just always hold it out this way, that it's like Black women are like some sort of like unreasonable, high standard monolith. Like, I'm not saying you can't have high standards. I'm not even saying they're unreasonable or reason, but we treat that as that, like, oh, the reason Black women are struggling to find men is because they all want the CEO, the basketball rich nigga, and they don't value any other type of man. And it feeds into this trope that I don't think is true, which is this idea that Black women essentially do not value men unless they make a shit ton of money. I don't think that's true.
No.
I think a lot of Black women right now are very open to dating all types of dudes. And if anything, the thing that might hold Black women back is they are, and this is statistical, this is not this isn't some sort of a pop culture like assumption I'm making. We talked about this on the show before. They've done studies. Black women are probably the most race loyal women of all groups of women.
Yes.
Of being like, I want to date a Black man, period. So if something's holding Black women back, it's probably the fact that many of them want it to be like an exclusively, I want a Black man. That's it. And because of that, you limit the dating pool by a large amount. And also, of course, all the issues that come along with racism targeting Black men become issues in your dating pool. So you're talking about prison. You're talking about racism when it comes to employment. You're talking about, health and diseases and all kinds of shit that, are just exist because of racism. It is what it is. And that's not me going, you need to start dating white people or shit. But get you an Asian man. Like, it's not even that. It's just, these are the realities. People want what they want. We always look at it like, what's limited these women is they want a CEO. And I'm like, or the pickings are slimmer if you say, I want a Black dude, and a Black dude with options, while also Black men being among the most race loyal people. That part never gets brought up in the fucking discussion.
But that's true too.
No men are as race loyal as the women in their race, by the way. But Black men, once you start going through the dating parameters, it is slim pickings. So it is what it is. But I just think this whole, we need to let the women know. They know. They know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a you issue in that situation. And like you said, there's some situations where you couldn't even do it if you wanted to. I make too much money. What the fuck I'm supposed to do with that? I gotta go be a waitress so I can get a man? That doesn't make sense. If a man has an issue with that, that's an ego thing. And we don't really do a lot of instructing of men. But at the same time, that woman didn't ask him about men. Ain't that funny? Or at least in that clip, maybe she asked him later and it didn't go viral. But, I would love to see people that ask those questions kind of flip them and go, so what do men need to do? Because I think a lot of times the things that we say are so reductive, and of course extremely cis heteronormative and all that stuff that, but a lot of that stuff is so reductive. It's just men get money, women be attractive. There you go. It's still 1805.
Right. And also the thing about it, I know we talked about this before, but a lot of that shit is shit that white people have had and owned, and a lot of Black men have bought into the white man's patriarchy, and they're getting the shock of that. It's never been true from the beginning, because Black women have always worked outside of the household. They would go work with you, turn around, do domestic, take care of the kids and shit like that. So it's never been a situation where most Black women can quote unquote stay at home like that. Like, that's not the, it might be an option for some people, but that's not the normal.
You know who knows that already? The women that he's talking about. Black women know all this shit because they live it.
Yes.
So just this idea that we're gonna advise them in some way that they're not aware of is crazy to me.
Yeah.
And I think especially when we know we have a society that has a lot of falsehoods about masculinity, that's where we could be doing some like, hey, this idea that you're not a man if your woman makes more money than you, that if you get rid of that, now your dating pool opens. But I think the way we socialize men almost never feel guilty or bad in the same amount of pressure. Because I know men do feel guilty and bad about being single late in life. But I mean with the pressure. It ain't the same pressure that women get. Like, it might be some pressure, but it ain't that like all consuming, you ain't shit. You ain't got no man. Don't nobody want you. Yep. Blah, blah, blah. It ain't the same. Mm-mm. It's more like a, man, when you going to settle down? Right. When you going to pick a woman to be with? Like, it's that type of pressure instead of that. But I think when you're living in an epidemic of loneliness and you dealing with a lot of people with closed off emotions who have been told and taught, hey, man, ice cold. You don't feel nothing. You know, when you're dealing with that, I think that sets up a society where those dudes don't acknowledge the need to reach out, don't even acknowledge their own emotional stuff inside. And you end up with a situation where the guys are thinking, it's fine that I don't have a wife or kids and I'm 50 and I'm still playing the field and I ain't lonely. Now these women need to figure out, they need to settle down and lower their standards. Like that says something about our society and the way we look at men versus women when it comes to all this, you know, stereotypical, patriarchal, cis heteronormative shit. That's what that's really saying. It's not really what women need to learn about dating. So anyway, for me, I would give this, I don't know, like a 25 maybe. Just the question and the answer, just kind of a all right, like I think the question missed the mark. I think the answer kind of missed the mark, but it's honestly one of the least offensive versions of what he's saying that I've ever heard, because
I've heard some
in a world where you had Kevin Samuels and the Manosphere, this is extremely light work. And also, while I think it's misguided, I still know that it's Tyler Perry, so it comes from a place of like intra-community love, and not one of, you know, this thing where I'm gonna bang on black women so I can make some money. He's not like he may have his own hangups, but he knows where his bread is buttered, and he wouldn't, I don't think, truly say anything that would damn his money in that way.
Black women is his biggest support group.
Yeah, the question was a setup, but we never talk about the question. Nope. That's just how we talk about the quotes. We never go, why the fuck did you ask him that, girl? And like when Iyanla asked that, why are you asking him that, girl? What? Why are you asking old girl, will she date a bus driver? What's happening? Is that what she came on the show for? Is that what you came on the show? What's up with the hypothetical? Like, why do we, because now she going viral for a whole different reason.
Right.
And so I do wonder about shit like that, where like the question is inflammatory to get an inflammatory answer. But yeah, anyway, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Karen?
You good. I gave my score 0.
0. Oh, okay, my bad. I missed it. I'm sorry. All right, well, let's move on then. All right, we're going for about an hour and a half. Let's go ahead and wrap this one up with some Guess the Race, and then we'll do sword ratchetness. Okay, so let me put my Guess the Race music.
What time is it?
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
An Indiana man busted for DUI while driving a Power Wheels Jeep.
Not the Power Wheels.
Power Wheels. Was he in the Jeep with his buddy? His buddy and him? A man was spotted driving.
How many volts was that battery?
Right.
Because they ain't gonna have no horsepower.
Sir, do you know how fast you were going? It looks like 3 tomatoes.
Look like 0.1 miles per hour.
It looked like while you were driving the Power Wheel, you were driving it while operating a speaking spell. Now you know that's illegal, right? You know that you can't be distracted driving.
Be like, sir, you can't be using your feet while you pedal this.
Right. Well, sir, look, can you just don't? Can can you just call my parents and let me go home? Just use this phone and dial them.
But like, sir, this phone doesn't even have dial tone. What are we talking
No,
about?
you just put your finger and spin it like this, and then you pull this string and let it go. The cow goes moo. Can you just call my dad?
No, we don't need to call the cows. You actually need a real phone here, sir.
The duck goes quack. See,
sir, do you know I pulled you over? Your sticker detail fell off.
Right. Your decal, sir. When was the last time you had the oil change on this power wheel?
I'm calling you because none of your brake lights work. I see you hit your brakes and nothing lit up.
It didn't pass inspection.
No, it did not pass.
You know we got laws against that. So yeah, he was driving under the influence. John McKee, 51, was pulled over around 9 p.m. when an Indiana state trooper noticed him driving a blue Power Wheels without lights or reflectors. The fact that he said without lights or reflectors.
Was he driving on the road or was he on the sidewalk?
So, but just the fact that he didn't just say I pulled him over because it was Power Wheels. He's like, it didn't have lights or reflectors. That was my first indication.
You know, y'all know how y'all let y'all kids drive Power Wheels at night.
The problem wasn't that it took him 12 minutes to get across the intersection.
Right.
I thought it was kind of suspicious he didn't have reflectors or lights. I noticed he didn't make a right signal because he don't have a right signal.
He don't have a signal.
He don't have anything. The stickers on the inside don't actually work.
They don't actually
because it's not a car.
Right. They don't actually move. I mean, for the simple fact that, you know, he didn't actually get inside. He just sat in it.
Yeah. Since McKee appeared impaired, the trooper administered field sobriety tests. Why? Didn't he fail it when you saw he was driving the Power Wheels? I feel like
everything should be void right there.
If you drive a Power Wheels as a grown man, the blood alcohol levels is already at least 0.08. Like you are. We don't even need to blow the test for that. We like
you didn't even get your big ass in that thing.
He's at least at 0.15.
I mean, why else is he in the Power Wheel?
He thought it was a good idea. I'm just trying to picture him going in the ABC store and coming out and getting in his Power Wheel.
Shit, the alcohol is the whole back of the vehicle.
Does he have security alarm when he go in the store? Or it's probably like
that's the only time it blinks.
Right.
But he didn't have to shut the door, Your Honor. He just got up and walked out.
He agreed to blood draw he failed the sobriety test in the field. He agreed to blood draw at a local hospital. He told police he had pot and crystal meth in his system. Oh my.
Oh.
He was released last night from custody on $5,000 bond on the felony rap. His rap sheet includes numerous convictions for crimes like trespass, possession of drug paraphernalia, marijuana possession, and criminal mischief. As for his ride, which can top out at 5 miles per hour unless modified.
Did you have to take it to the tow shop?
Did he try to make a slow chase like OJ and the Bronco?
You know, they was like, what did you do with my vehicle? Sir, we just picked it up and put it in the back of our cruiser, and we're just going to go ahead and take it to the junkyard.
Well, they called Troy's towing to take possession of the Power Wheel.
Pick up the Power Wheel. So this is part of these weigh fucking 15 pounds.
He just picked it up, put it in the cab of the car, like, okay.
I guess. I mean, I actually don't understand. This is the easiest work I've done.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to pull out my tow shit.
Imagine going to the tow company and trying to get it back.
Child, you ain't never gonna find. They're gonna get that to somebody's kid.
Yeah, I'm looking for my Power Wheel, man. I think they may have turned it in.
Can you give us the VIN number? Yeah.
The VIN number is 1, and the license plate says Power Wheels.
Can you give us the tag?
The tag says Power Wheels.
We're gonna need a little bit more information than that, sir. We can't identify this vehicle. We have nothing on the property with this. I know they bought it here. It's the only one that they would have brought here.
They just have a big ass garage full of Power Wheels in the back. Like which one?
Right. This happens more often than you think.
It's the one with the crystal meth in the glove compartment. Karen, guess the race.
What was their name?
His name is John McKee.
We gonna say John McKee is white.
All right. Power Wheels leading the way to jail white. Too toddler, too furious white.
That's
It's about family. I stole this from my family. This is my daughter's Power Wheels. I'm driving a quarter mile at a time because that's all the battery can do. Quarter mile at a time.
That's all it can do. But like, I charged it up to 100%.
I mean, y'all just now getting on them electric vehicles. I've been on them electric vehicles, dog. Y'all worry about Tesla. White is the crystal meth powder. My other rod is a big wheel. White. The correct answer is white. Power is a picture, but he does look drunk.
Yeah, I you know what? I'm on the opposite side. I think I would have pulled you over too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad enough you're a grown man in the Power Wheel, but if you're looking like that, you won't give me a choice but to pull you over.
Yeah, imagine you would have hit and run a Cabbage Patch doll.
Imagine he'd have took Teddy Ruxpin out.
Right. This could have been way worse. All right, let's go to the next one. How about this one? A man is arrested for Snickers fusillade. I don't know what that means.
Me either. A Snickers is a candy bar. I don't understand. Now
Look up fusillade.
Something completely different.
It is a series of shots fired or missiles thrown at the same. So I guess he threw a Snickers at somebody. Okay.
Oh.
Florida man was arrested early yesterday after allegedly pelting a pair of Walgreens workers with Snickers bars at 1:20 a.m. Well, he should have ate one. He probably wasn't being himself.
No, he did not feel like himself.
He was John McEnroe, and then he ate one of the Snickers. He was like, "Oh, I'm back to me." The employees were not injured. Cops say that Adele Noy Cosada, 23, tangled with the workers after unsuccessfully trying to buy cigarettes at Walgreens store in Clearwater. How do you unsuccessfully try to buy?
I must have been underage. They asked for a license or some shit, and you couldn't prove it. They didn't have it.
They said he had shown a photo of an ID card, but was refused service due to business policy. Oh, so he didn't have his ID card. He showed him a picture of his ID card, supposedly. Yeah, and they said, no, we need the real license.
Yes, we need the real thing.
He became irate and began throwing Snickers bars at a female employee who was hit in the face by the airborne candy, which contains nougat, caramel, and peanuts, all of which is enrobed in milk chocolate.
Child, did y'all need to get the 5,000 words? The fuck?
Right. She got hit. She was like, this isn't the first time I've been hit with a chocolate veiny long bar.
First time I got hit in the face with some nuts.
Yeah, don't worry. I don't want to press charges. I'm not injured at all. But so then a second worker told Noy Casada to leave the store, but he refused. Instead, Noy Casada, who appeared intoxicated, allegedly threw several Snickers bars at the other Walgreens employee, striking him in the chest. While Noy Casada claimed he didn't mean to throw the candy at the second worker, surveillance footage showed that it was very intentional where he directed the Snickers bars.
Of course.
Additionally, two of the defendant's cousins corroborated the female worker's statement that he threw. Damn, his cousin's turn. His cousin was like, he did that shit. Seen above, he was arrested on a pair of misdemeanor battery counts. He's booked in the county jail. Released on $1,000 bond. Karen, guess the race.
Hispanic, Latino.
Okay, let's check the chat room, see what they believe his race is. That's embarrassing. Just swinging, just throwing Snickers at it. First of all, it's delicious candy.
Right. Eat them shits.
All right. I don't see any guesses yet. Florida is a Spanish word, so I'm going Latino, Latinx, El Snickero. El Snickero.
That's hilarious.
The correct answer is Latino. Y'all got it. That's him. He actually was like a pretty sweet guy. I don't know why he would do that.
Me either.
He must have really wanted them cigarettes, man. Nicotine Jones be hitting people hard.
No joke.
The Nicotine Jones. All right, let's go to the bonus round. Karen, you're 2 for 2, right?
Yes, I am.
That bitch was white. I ain't racist. How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Call them niggas. Just call them niggas.
It's time to guess the race.
Gold chain
It's
wearing,
time to
fried
guess the
chicken
race.
and biscuit
It's
eating,
time
monkey
to guess
ate
the race.
baboon, big
It's
dive,
time
fast
to
running,
guess the
high
race.
jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball.
Karen, let's keep it in the candy throwing division. A confrontation yesterday at a Family Dollar store.
Oh shit!
That's all that happens in Family Dollars is confrontation. That's why you go there.
For the confrontation.
I go for the confrontations.
I can see it. I don't want to
even
be
need to buy
in
nothing.
it.
I don't even need to buy nothing. I just be like, who's gonna y'all fighting? I walk in Family Dollar, I say to the registered person, what time the fight start?
Oh no.
They were, oh, you just missed it. I always just missed it, guys. So police say that Dalton Reed, 24, was in line waiting to check out at a convenience store in Clearwater, Florida. God damn, Florida and candy. Do y'all know you're supposed to eat the candy down there?
I mean, they do it at all. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Shit.
Right.
I thought you're supposed to eat it. I love Snickers.
I'm about to go throw some I'm about to throw some Reese's at Karen.
They might hurt because they frozen.
Apparently, that's how you're supposed to eat them.
Apparently. No, I didn't know. Nobody told me. I thought you were supposed to open up the wrapper and eat the contents inside.
You don't need to fill out paperwork for a gun in Florida, but you do if you gotta get a 6-pack of Twix. They're like, oh, what you put?
Deadly weapon.
24-hour wait on these, buddy. We don't want you to act out of rash anger.
No, we're gonna put this beside the black women's hair products. We're gonna lock them up.
As the dispute escalated, Reed allegedly threw a lollipop at Jandro. Jandro was store manager, striking him in the chest. Luckily, the lollipop lick did not cause bodily harm. Reed was arrested for simple battery. Cops tacked on a possession of drug paraphernalia charge with a post-arrest search. Reportedly turned up a crack pipe on one of Reed's pockets.
Oh,
damn, Dalton Reed, you're only 24. What the fuck you doing on crack? That's not even the drug for your generation.
It's sure late.
So you gotta get on one of these promethazines or some pills or something.
One of the ones you can't pronounce with 14 letters.
Y'all ran out of fentanyl already and shit?
Y'all ran out of shit that people supposed to pronounce?
No weapons were seized, except the lollipop. Reed remains in the county lockup where the bond has been set at $650. He ain't got it. He has an extensive rap sheet with convictions of grand theft, DUI, narcotics possession, loitering and prowling, and retail theft.
Nigga, prowling? Who was you prowling on?
Mm-hmm. A judge has ordered him to stay away from the Family Dollar and have no contact with the manager.
He gonna be prowling the Family Dollar, apparently?
Yeah. Stay away from this one. You got a restraining order from a business.
You know it's bad.
Yeah.
The whole building, the whole building was like, you can't come in here.
You're doing way too much when Family Dollar is gonna be in the court testifying against you.
Mr. Dollar.
Kara, guess the race. Dalton Reed.
Dalton Reed. I'm going to white.
Let's check the chat room. See what they believe. It's a little bit of a delay. Brooklyn Shoe Babe says black. ... What does the ... mean? White says Trey. Let's see who else is coming up with some. Dalton is the whitest name I've ever heard, says Alicia. Okay, Alicia, I hear you. Trying to think of black Daltons. Dalton, black Caribbean Floridian, says Mimi. Karen says white. The correct answer is white. So.
Ooh, child. He was like, he'd be one of them doing some documentaries. They were like, he took all the white women out.
A serial killer?
Yes.
I like that you call a serial killer one of them dudes in them documentaries. That is how Karen refers to serial killers. Speaking of serial killers, Laura Ratchin this time, everybody. You know what we do? Spread the word about the swords out here and the scourge of how many is being used and all kinds of
We just
crimes and
want
stuff.
sword safety.
And here's an article right now.
All new tonight and only on 12 News, an act of retaliation. Take a look. That's what Kirbyville police say is happening in this video. You see the man in the corner back there. They say he tried to break into the police station following a recent arrest, and he wanted revenge, they say. Police say he was armed with numerous weapons, including a sword, scythe, and scissors, and also a personal vendetta, apparently. 12 News reporter Kayla Chote spoke with the arresting officer about the series of events. Kayla, what did you learn today?
Doing a lot of hopping around is what he already making me nervous in this video.
Right.
He covering too much ground too fast.
Right. You right at an intersection, you're liable to attack a vehicle passing by, run out there, get hit.
Mm-hmm.
Brenda, it all started on August 23rd when police say Bruce Thomas shot up a pickup truck and then pointed a rifle at a Kirbyville police officer. Thomas was arrested and booked into jail, but when he bonded out, things took a scary turn. Bruce Thomas posted bond.
Oh my God.
Oh no!
What is happening?
Oh no, baby! What is going on here? This
what?
I am literally speechless. He really looked like a homie the clown.
He looked like, I forget what that thing was called, but it's like it had like metal in it, and you could like move the metal around with like a pen when you were a kid and like make faces and shit. He looked like someone did that but with hair.
Oh no.
On Wednesday, after his release, Thomas showed up at the Kirbyville police station. In this surveillance video,
He wanted all the smoke. Okay, he came back armed with everything but guns.
And you know what?
I don't know if he knew that guns were what police had when he made this plan. But like if he would have attacked the police station in feudal Japan, this motherfucker would have been that dude. But he just happened to do it in gun times.
Yeah, and it's also one of them things where this made me think you did that shit.
you can
I
see
think the
Thomas
officers was
wearing a
right.
bulletproof vest and attempting to get into the police station. And he
Is
did
it me or is he wearing a Baby Yoda backpack? Is that not Baby Yoda?
in this surveillance video.
It is. Oh no.
Grogu don't want nothing to do with this.
Oh no, and you know what? This is in a little small town. Because you know what? He could just walk up on the police station.
Police station look like it used to be a gas station.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I said it's definitely a small town.
Right.
Because you walk up on police station, them shits, you know, like, them shits is like fenced in, honey.
Yeah.
They'd have been like, the fuck you doing here? You'd have been met with a gun.
Police station look like you go inside and they like police station on the right, on the left, K&W cafeteria. So you can get something to eat too.
Yes, they look like they got a smooth 5, maybe 10 officers in this whole little town.
Police station look like this where people go after church to get the buffet.
You can see Thomas wearing a bulletproof vest and attempting to get into the police station. And he didn't come empty-handed.
Because it was
Police
closed, so I know this was a little small ass town.
Yeah, it's a small town. They police station got hours.
Yes, hours is 8 to 5.
Right. We closed on Mondays. No crime, please. If you guys leave a message.
Leave a message at the top. We volunteering.
Excuse me, police. Hello, come out. I would like to kill y'all. It's me.
He had a sword, scythe, flashlight, pellet gun, and scissor shears. In the video, he begins to wave the sword at cars passing by.
Oh,
Kirbyville Police
shit.
Chief Paul Brister.
That looks like the flashlight right there. He's swinging around.
Yeah, and you're scaring people. Could you imagine you sitting at an intersection and he out there doing this? That's, you know, if they were paying attention. And it's also one of the things where the pole officer had to lock it up. He was like, Miss Susan, her pigs got loose. Oh, okay. I'll be right there. All right, let me lock up. And this is when he decides to show up while he out there trying to take care of them pigs.
Scaring the hoes and the bros.
Yes, he is.
Says he was the only officer inside and had to call for backup while Thomas screamed.
Violating his civil rights and that he's a black man and, you know, we shouldn't have ordered him to the ground and you know.
Yeah, I don't think this man's out there. You had a sword, knife. You were asking for the police to come out to get revenge. And as they arrest you, was like, You know what else? This violated my civil rights.
No, I think you did that, baby.
Now that I think about it, Black Lives Matter, motherfuckers.
And that we have to have our body cams on, in which our body cam was on the whole time he was here. He did talk with the mental health deputy, and he did let him know that he was very angry with us. So that's why they believe that he wasn't having a mental health crisis at the time, that he was just mad at the police.
Thomas was taken.
I know I'm not an expert. I know I'm not an expert.
Me either, but
I'm going to say, look column A, look column B.
Yeah, I agree.
Mad at the police and probably some mental health issues too. Just guessing.
Yep. Just
into custody.
Just because he said he understood it does not mean there wasn't something else that need to be looked into.
And was transferred to St. Elizabeth Hospital in Beaumont for a mental health evaluation. Police say during that drive, he got out of the ambulance and said he was angry with police.
Got out of the ambulance to pull EMS people.
During the drive, they must admit once they got there.
Okay, because I'm about to say, now I'm EMS. The fuck I got to do with this, sir?
Was so sharp it cut Officer Arcee's finger. After that, Thomas was arrested. He now sits in the Jasper County Jail on charges of retaliation. In studio, Kayla Shote, 12 News.
There you go. All right, y'all. That's it. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back later on during the week. We appreciate y'all. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody.